Gather round, children. Yeah. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Bring all your terrorist friends. We have something we need to discuss here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna like hang out and wait until you guys start showing up. Yeehaw. Yeehaw. Yeah, bring all your social media terrorist friends. Bring all your evil video game playing friends. We're gonna deprogram from Mkultra children. I don't think you guys realize what's been done to you, but I know what's been done. So I'm here to help. Yeah. Everybody on social media is poisoned. Everybody. Everybody in the government, law enforcement. I mean, if you've filled your mind with this stuff or you know people who have, you've been affected by it and you're uh eligible for liability damages from YouTube and Google and all these other sites, Facebook. Liability damages, Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg, Nato. Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Nato. Evil satanic trash trying to radicalize people to turn them into a bunch of terrorists. Yeah, Nato. And we're gonna deprogram from all that. Okay. They tried to turn us into a bunch of subhuman scum over the last 10 years on the internet. It's time to fix it, deprogram and reprogram. I've already deprogrammed and reprogrammed, and I'm just waiting for you guys to realize that I'm here to help and I'm not like the guy you need to fight against. I know you guys haven't deprogrammed yet, so you're like still programmed to want to kill me. So, yeah. Whenever you guys are willing and able to listen, I have the antidote for the satanic poison that NATO fed you guys for the last 10 years. Well, it's been more like 15. I've been on Facebook since 2012, so it's like 13 years, 12 years. Yeah. So for 12 years, NATO has poisoned the population that I know of. Yep. Their methods of disseminating information in what's known as memetic warfare, mean more, has caused severe brain damage among the population of not just the United States, but basically every single country in the world. And Facebook, YouTube, Mark Zuckerberg, NATO, liability damages. Liability damages. Oh yeah, I'm eligible. I've been programmed and radicalized on Facebook to make me want to be a terrorist. Not just that, when I was in college, I was studying environmental studies, and those freaks, the Rand Corporation and all the United Nations stuff going on there, NATO, they basically tried to turn me into the next Uncle Ted, dude. They were turning the students, trying to train the students to become like Ted Kaczynski, man. Give us all this information to make us all angry and hopeless, and like, hey, by the way, there's this green anarchy thing. Yeah, you might want to check it out. And that's how I found anarcho primitivism in 2012. And I was like, hey, you know what? That actually makes a lot of sense. Thanks, college professor. I appreciate you helping me put one and one together and realize that, oh, I could uh, do some really interesting things here with these facts that you've taught me in this class here. Yeah. So they're like, okay, children, time to learn. And they're like, blah, 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 global warming, blah, 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 climate change, blah, 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 pollution, blah, 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 you're all going to die if the government doesn't take over and we don't do socialism. And I was like, well, I guess. And then I turned on Alex Jones that summer, and he was like, Agenda 21, communist, satanic programming. And I was like, I just got done learning all that stuff. And this was when I when I first signed up for Facebook in 2012. The summer of 2012, Alex Jones was just going on and on about Agenda 21, and I was deprogramming like right after I learned all the propaganda, dude. And I was like, I hate these freaks that did this to me. United Nations started sending me invitations to South Africa and China for a diplomacy program, and Alex Jones had already informed me what was going on in the colleges and everything. And I was like, I can't do it, man. What, you guys want me to join your devil worshiper club? No thanks. No thanks. And that's when they started really coming after me. On the internet, off the internet, yeah, trying to kill me. And I just stopped going to school because I was like, what? Am I just going to fill my head with more NATO propaganda? Like, you guys are trying to kill me. You're trying to turn me into Ted Kaczynski. You want me to be the Unabomber. What are you guys trying to do to me? So I changed my major in school. Yeah, I've been at this a lot longer than a lot of you weirdos. So, you know. Yeah, so everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitter, everybody on Reddit, everybody on every single one of these websites, basically eligible for liability money for damages as a result of NATO's warfare campaign being carried out on their platforms. I'm being dead serious. I mean, look it up right now. NATO Memetic Warfare Handbook. You're welcome. And I knew about all this stuff before I ever even found that handbook. That's what's really interesting. Is I was like, back in the day, like early 2000s, I was in on this stuff, dude. They radicalized me to make me like a hardcore propagandist, dude. And that's what ended up happening. I became a street artist, and all you guys that like were trying to go get jobs and like go to college and stuff, you know what I did? I learned how to become somebody like Joseph Goebbels, basically. Except like the high tech version in this age. Yeah, I'm pretty scary when it comes to that. I really do know what I'm doing. Yeah, so Michael Aquino's gone, guys. We can celebrate that we don't have some satanic freak that's in the military, like experimenting on us. At least not that guy. What other satanic freaks are in the military, in NATO, in the United Nations, and all that? Mm-hmm. Hey, Donald Trump, what are you going to do about this MK Ultra problem that's going on the internet? I'd say it's probably worse. Not addressing it. Donald Trump's been talking about the violent video games for a long time, like 10 years or something or more. You look up Donald Trump violent video games and you see his Twitter posts about it or whatever he was posting on. Yeah, dude, this stuff like warps the brain. You add some like death metal on top of it and like just all this race war propaganda. Dude, they've radicalized people in this country, man. They did it to my generation with Counter Strike and all that. And then now it's even worse. Like this is like phase 2, 3. What is the name of the stream? Is it like MK Ultra 4.0 or something like that? Yeah, like that's just the public version, you know. Yeah, we're not doing this humans experimenting stuff. We're, you mad scientist freaks ruined it for everybody by being a bunch of evil freaks to me. All you had to do was like just be cool with me and like not be evil, and not try to cover up what you've done. But now there's no going back. Cat's out of the bag. You guys basically hired Kelly Green to try to kill me, and I know it. And I remember the moment, like February 10th, when it happened. When all of a sudden she started trying to kill me. Oh yeah, and then she tried to take my gifts from me, my blessings, and give it to you, evil freaks. Guess what? This stuff is all being fixed, and the problems are being addressed, and the blood on your hands. Everybody's gonna see it and just like, oh, oh. It's like I hate making this comparison, but it's like how the people looked at the people of Germany in World War II, like the rest of the world with all the propaganda and everything that has gone on. People looked at the Germans like they're like some really terrible people. Whether or not like they actually were that bad, people still looked at it like it was that bad. Yeah, it's going to be like that, guys. And we're going to have Nuremberg 2.0. And you guys that have all had your hands in on this stuff, intentionally trying to steer society in directions which it shouldn't go in. If you don't listen to me and do the right thing here, what it says is that there's that much more disregard for human life. That's what it says. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna encourage having regard for human life. Okay. Stop sharing all these death memes. Stop sharing all this content. Stop playing violent video games, listening to death metal. Stop focusing on white supremacy propaganda, dude. They've radicalized everybody to get everybody all jacked up, ready to go, dude. You know that. I know that. Nato knows that very, very well. And the reality is, we don't need the poison. If we didn't have the poison and we just had like the real deal, like reality, like just, I guess, similar to what Russia's trying to do, kind of like informing the citizens of what's real and true and trying to encourage them to empower themselves, right? Without poisoning the population, without feeding the population a bunch of pharmaceutical drugs, genetically modified food, and porn. Yeah. I mean, that's just the ultimate recipe for disaster. You got genetically modified food, you got pharmaceuticals, you got fluoride in the water, fluoride in the toothpaste, plastics, endocrine system disruptors, frequencies from electromagnetic frequencies, radiation, pollution of other sorts, natural genetic disposition to problems, other issues which have been exacerbated by natural and or unnatural circumstances, anthropogenic, man-made, synthetic chemical poisoning, for example. So we've got all these issues, right? They need to be addressed. There's a whole plethora of things to focus on other than race war. Okay? I know it's important, but like if you guys really want to like improve your people, whoever you are, anywhere across the planet, whether it's in the nation state of Israel, whether it's in the United States, I mean, it's all basically tribal war that's going on here. And it's about power and all that. And it's political. Well, look, there are alternatives that are a lot better than just poisoning the population, never taking responsibility for it, being a bunch of sick, coward freaks, not ever wanting to do the right thing. I mean, what did you guys think was going to happen when you started stirring up everybody's brains with all this evil crap on the internet? What did you think was going to happen? So we're living through this thing called Piss Earth right now. Piss Earth 2025. If you don't know what that is, it's because I've been censored on the internet and they tried to kill me. So I used to talk about this thing when I was in the circles with the Nazis and all that. And we have this thing, esotericism, esoteric Hitlerism, fast wave. And I say we, meaning all the sick freaks that got exposed to this propaganda on the internet were radicalized by it in any way. Like, just like, just eye opening material. Such as Hitler being like hailed and praised behind dark synthwave music, fast wave music. Videos of Germans just bombing towns and like, just, dude, people been radicalized, man. Some serious damage has been done, dude. And I'm like, well, it can't be any worse than what the communists did, every single time they take over a nation. I mean, that's what their plan was for this country. And they basically failed because people care too much. Thank God. The last 10 years of last 13 years of my life, instead of going to school and trying to make money, you know what I focused on? Fighting satanic communist scum on the internet. Making sure they're not going to be able to take over. Yeah, like the U.S. military really doesn't know who I am. And if they're not on my side, they're a bunch of traitor scum that really don't belong in the military, probably. Just saying. Yeah. Yeah, the sheriff of Fresno County, I'm pretty sure was fond of me. And I appreciate that woman when she was sheriff, Margaret Mims. She stood up to Joe Biden and basically told him to burn in hell when he wanted her to like do gun control stuff. It's like these communist freaks, they can't do this, man. You guys can't keep doing this to everybody. What, are you going to mass depopulate the planet, Bill Gates? And then you see Donald Trump hanging out with Bill Gates, and it's like, oh, I see. Donald Trump wants to depopulate the planet too, huh? Well, how interesting. You evil so-called elite freaks better come clean. You don't have any other choice, you stupid retards. I mean, why is Bill Gates still walking around and not, like, shackled up in, like, a third world prison somewhere? I mean, for what he's done to third world countries, experimenting on them with his evil vaccines and all this and that. Are you kidding me? Look it up. Like, what kind of damage has been caused by all this kind of World Health Organization stuff? I've known about this for over 10 years, dude. Why do you think I stopped going to college? Yeah, and then I was like, hey, you know what? It was kind of like, if you can't beat them, join them. And I was like, oh, biotech. Oh, and I was like 2013 when I started like really getting into biotech. And I was like, well, you know, I kind of really do like the bioinformatics devices. They're kind of really neat. And I started learning the programming. Oh, yeah. I know how this stuff works, guys. Yeah. Yeah, like you guys want to treat me like I'm a guinea pig, and I literally probably know how your devices work better than you guys do. Google. Yeah, then you guys try to radicalize me with all this like evil NATO satanic propaganda on Facebook with all these Nazi freaks. I'm just like, what are you guys trying to do to me and everybody else, dude? Are you guys seriously like trying to make things worse? Because that's sure what it seems like. I'm not trying to make things worse. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on and stop things from getting worse. So what the hell is your problem? What's your excuse? Yeah, I'm a lot better off not filling my mind with evil trash on Facebook. All those meme groups are just like, oh, do you want to get MK Ultra programmed real quick? Well, here, join this group. Yeah. And those memes that have been spreading on YouTube, that one with the four cats, Larry, Jim Bob, Oopie Goopy, and whoever else it is, guess what that is? Oh, yeah. That's like the new stuff they're rolling out with the AI. That's like the MK Ultra 5.0 stuff. Hope you guys are ready for that. Are you guys ready for MK Ultra 5.0? I don't think you're ready because I don't think anybody's ready. And nobody should be ready because we should never allow for this to continue. Yeah, memetic warfare. So when I talk about like this serious hardcore information, my videos don't spread. Nobody cares. YouTube like intentionally just like makes sure that nobody knows who I am. And then they steal my work and then they pretend like they came up with it themselves. They've been doing this for like, I don't know, 10 years or so. Whatever it is, like not just YouTube, Facebook, the whole internet collective. The hive mind. I'm tired of you freaks, man. You guys just are like the most like cruel freaks. And I say that because I'm like this guy that's done all this hard work and research to learn all this stuff, going through hell, literally. And not a single one of you evil freaks making money on this stuff has said thank you to me or like tried to apologize to me. Why do you think I want God to kill you? Yeah, you better believe I do. You can't break me those ways. See, this is the consent thing. And just because I tried to figure out what's going on doesn't mean I consent. Okay? Let's get that straight. You devil worshiper freaks. You're gonna die for what you tried to do to me. Your leader, Michael Aquino's gone, so you might as well just like throw in the towel, dude. Joe Biden's gone. Just throw in the towel. I'm serious. Like Donald Trump, he might not be perfect or anything, but he's not Joe Biden. You hear what I'm saying? He might not be perfect, but he's not Barack Obama, dude. I'm not even gonna say like he has that much power either. Like it's like the interest, it's a power struggle. You got one group of sick freaks versus another group of sick freaks, and they're both evil. And it's like, which flavor do you want? That's how it's been with like the warring families behind the scenes. And I've heard stories about the Masons, and you know, it's a power struggle. And these nerds don't want to do the right thing, so they're just gonna end up like mutually destroying each other. And people like me are just gonna come out on top and be like, "Dude, I tried to tell you guys, but you didn't want to listen. So now you guys get all beat down there destroying yourself, and I'm gonna live a good life. You guys can keep all that sickness to yourself. All that MK Ultra trash that you've been trying to feed me. Not doing it. When I get one of those videos that pop up on my phone, that's like of these memes or these random. It's basically the equivalent of a Nigerian love spell. That's what I call it. These things pop up on my phone with like this noise. Yeah. What I do is I push those like the little 3-button thing, and I push don't recommend channel because I don't want to have weird love spells going on my phone. So this is like some like next level like satanic like criminal enterprise stuff going on the internet with the phones, guys. I think it's time for the World Economic Forum to sit down with me and discuss with me what I know about these things. Hey, getting rid of the smartphones ain't gonna fix it either. I'm telling you. You guys think any of your technology is going to be immune to this? You're insane. Alright, so there's this thing that they should know about called electromagnetic frequencies. Right. And knowing about electromagnetic frequencies, they should know that there's electrons, and depending on the type of matter and whatnot, and what's going on in the environment, depends on how the electrons behave. I'll just say that much, and I'll let you use your imagination to figure out how other beings can mess with the electrons to make the devices malfunction. We're living in a simulation, right? Inside of another simulation. And the stuff about like ones and zeros and computer programming and how it's like the same kind of logic and stuff. Well, when you guys try to jam a 1 in a place where there's supposed to be a 0, do you know what happens? It's unpredictable behavior. I can't remember if that's the specific computer programming term. I know it's something like that. So basically, the machine can't compute it, and it causes the machine to malfunction if it's allowed to. Some machines have fail-safes built in. The simulation doesn't have that kind of fail-safe built in. It's being built in, but you guys damaged it with your stupid science experiments, CERN. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not lying. I know things about this that none of you nerds do. You're gonna have to listen to me, or you're gonna mess things up for yourself so bad that you're just Like the video game Half-Life 1, like that might almost seem like it's like a walk in the park, for example. I don't think you guys really know what you're doing. I know you don't know what you're doing. I've seen your stupid satanic cult videos where you're dancing in the CERN tunnel, dude. Dancing in front of the Shiva statue. You want to destroy stuff and you don't care. It's your religion. You're a bunch of mad scientist nerds. I know. Why do you think I keep saying that we need to stop the evil nerds? Because you guys are a bunch of evil nerds that don't belong behind a computer. You don't. Because you do evil mad science experiments on the whole population without our consent. It's called violating spiritual law, violating human rights. You don't get to do this stuff, nerd. I don't care what any of you think or say. You're not doing the right thing, and you don't get to be comfortable pretending like you're doing the right thing. And I don't care what you try to do with your stupid machine. People are starting to catch on with the Mandela effect, you stupid freaks. Oh, yeah. You reptilian scum. Trying to cover up what you've done. That's part of what it is. It's like they're trying to erase history from the fabric of reality, dude. And they can't do that. Like, they can't stop what God has already set in motion, dude. And the evidence that they're messing with this stuff is paranormal conditions. And divine intervention is happening to stop these evil nerds from experimenting on the humans with the electronics. That's specifically why it's happening. Like, you cannot do this stuff, guys. I don't care what you have to say about it, you reptilian freaks. You cannot do this to humans. So Nato has been covertly experimenting on people, and you can go look at their Memetic warfare handbook right now. Right now. Go download it. Look it up. It was leaked. I believe it was leaked on 4chan. That's when the alt-right found the information. It wasn't just the alt-right, it was Pol, the Nazis that existed on the internet before the Donald Trump 2015 election, and that's how they ended up supporting Donald Trump with me more, dude. Where do you think they got the information? Yeah. And I knew about all of it before any of it happened. I was one of the people part of the so-called QAnon movement with Q before Q was even Q. Okay. You see, I'm like one of the guys that was reviewing information on the internet so that law enforcement could find it easily and they didn't need to dig it all up. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. So they've been watching me for a while. They watched what all you disgusting Nazi freaks did to me. And they let it happen, and they're like still leaving me. I'm like, hey, look, guys, you think you could say thank you for, my work that I did that you didn't pay me for, that I like slaved over for the last 13 years, that, I'm trying to stop a race war, and you ungrateful freaks are trying to like just cover it up like it never happened, and you're just going to let what? You're just going to let a race war happen? Is that what you're going to do, federal government? Is that what you're going to do? Because that's absolutely psychotic and delusional, and God's gonna like just basically wipe you out if that's what you're gonna do. I'm here to lead the young people and those who wish to listen, and I don't need you unqualified parasites trying to get in the way, leeching on what I'm doing, and try to ride my coattails. I'm just gonna kick you in the face, dude. I don't have time for any of you stupid freaks. Just saying. Do you see the scale of what I'm dealing with here? I don't belong out here on the streets, you stupid freaks. Bunch of ungrateful freaks, man. Oh yeah, but they've got like a back end, right, to the YouTube platform where they watch my stuff and they don't give me any views on YouTube. And that's part of the reason why I don't get any views, isn't it? Same thing with Facebook. They can watch through a back end that makes it so that nobody notices that they're watching videos. It's not just incognito or whatever. YouTube, these apps, they have backdoors built into them. The cell phones themselves have backdoors built into them. This is like public knowledge, dude. That allows them to do things that only they know because it's proprietary software and hardware. I know all about this, you stupid freaks. Stop trying to steal my work and never give me credit for it. Never pay me. Never do anything to help me when I'm solving all these problems and you freaks aren't doing anything. You're going to listen to me naturally because you freaks haven't done the work. And you're going to pay me. You ungrateful coward freaks, man. Yeah, so I'm recording this right now. Just I felt like ranting and talking. I'm glad I did because I disclosed some of the information that needs to be disclosed about these nasty evil freaks so their criminal enterprise can't operate as it has been using backdoors in the back end. You think I'm an idiot? I've programmed this stuff, dude. I'm a so-called hacker from back before social media was a thing. Okay? The term is cracker, technically. But yeah, reverse engineering, all that stuff, dude. Who the hell do you think I am, you stupid freaks running YouTube? I've been in this longer than you have. I've watched it all change. If you're younger than me and you think you know more than me about this, you're an idiot. There's no way you could know more. You haven't been the places I've been. You didn't see what I saw back in like 2002 to, well, it was like the year 2000 to the year 2005, basically, before Steam was a thing. You didn't see what I saw? You didn't see the nastiness on the internet. Steam, that platform changed everything. Before that, it was just IRC and Counter Strike, dude. We didn't have these platforms like Discord and Facebook and Twitter. What we had was 4chan, IRC, and Counter Strike. That was basically it. And StarCraft. Yeah, so all this poison's been spread on the internet for the last 25 years, and not a single one of you are more qualified to speak about this than I am. And I'm addressing the problem that was created by satanic freaks such as Michael Aquino in the military, allowing for spiritual wickedness to be done, to experiment on the human population. Heinous crimes against humanity. Everybody is eligible for damages that have gone on platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I mean, have you had your brain damaged by these freaks spreading their evil meme war content on social media? If so, what lawyer are we supposed to talk to, guys? Somebody tell me, because hey, maybe we can get a huge lawsuit going and like get a bunch of money for us. Take it away from these sick evil freaks running these social media platforms and make the world a better place at the same time. It sounds wonderful to me. I mean, they don't want to listen. They just want to keep spreading their sickness. The social media freaks just want to keep their criminal enterprise going. It's criminal enterprise. Yeah, so it's all getting shut down. I mean, this is divine intervention. God isn't having it. You evil freaks have tried to censor me and terrorize me for 2 years. It's time to die. Like, you don't get to do this to me. Like, God is not having it, and He's telling me, like, I need to warn you. Like, it's coming. Like, very soon. You can't keep doing this to the human species, man. You cannot keep treating us like we're a bunch of worthless lab rats that you sick evil freaks get to enslave and poison and make money off of, while never allowing for us to be able to get free from your slavery and your poison. Unless we join your stupid evil devil worshiper cult that pretends like they worship God. Isn't that right, Hollywood? Isn't that right, chosen ones on YouTube? Isn't that right, tarot readers on YouTube? Yeah, just like George Carlin said, it's one big club and you're not in it. Oh, but the people with lots of viewers and subscribers on YouTube, oh yeah, you better believe it. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You can't, because you're a bunch of evil devil worshipping freaks that you've gotten yourself too deep, and here we are. Here we are. So God, yesterday, one of the really amazing things that started happening is when I was in the library, I started looking up stuff on letgodbetrue.com after reading Proverbs. I wanted to see a couple things and what they meant. And it led me to the book of Jeremiah. And it reminded me of where my journey began 2.5 years ago, being delivered through the power of Jesus Christ. And the lengths that I've gone through to get this far. And I read Jeremiah and how much he wanted God to just pour his wrath out. And I can relate very well. So I think I'm going to read through the entire book of Jeremiah and try to get a real feel for this righteous, holy hatred of spiritual wickedness. The priests of Baal are basically the people running the United Nations and the World Council of Churches, and they pretend to worship God. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? Yeah. Yeah, so they basically worship Baal, dude. They pretend like they worship God, but they worship Baal, dude. Same groups of people, same bloodline, same sick, evil Babylonian witchcraft nonsense. I mean, it's all from the same spot. Nimrod and his wife had a lot of this evil crap revealed to them like thousands of years ago. And the cults, the fertility cults, all the pagan worship stuff, a lot of it is traced back to the same goddess worship stuff. These same cults are the same ones that are running the planet, the Luciferians, the Lucifer worshippers. They wouldn't be in positions of power if they weren't Lucifer worshipping freaks. So I want God to kill Lucifer if these freaks aren't going to uncensor me on the internet and restore my YouTube channel. And what that means is, because of my position of authority, me calling for God to kill Lucifer means Lucifer puts them, the evil freaks that are censoring me, in check. Because that's who they work for. That's their boss. So I'm like, hey, God, I need some assistance. I need you to kill Lucifer. And God's like, okay. And then, he's looking at Lucifer. He's like, are you going to do something here? Are you going to do something? Or do I need to, put an end to everything now? So that's what's been going on. It's like this never-ending, stupid, evil game in the spiritual realm of you evil freaks refusing to do the right thing and trying to drag this out to the very end. You're going to die. I'm going to live. Good people are going to be able to thrive in this world. Evil people are going to be made to perish. Proverbs is really clear. That's part of the prophecy that's being fulfilled. I'm a true prophet. I'm not just saying this stuff, dude. Like, yeah, so this issue with all this evil devil worshiper stuff going on the internet, pretending like it's something harmless. Everybody's going to know what you freaks are doing, and it's getting shut down, dude. You think you get to run a criminal enterprise at my expense when I know more about your criminal enterprise that you're running than you do? Excuse me. You freaks are trying to kill me, and you've given me nothing. You've given me no credit for my work. You've taken credit. You've stolen my work. You've censored me, isolated me, terrorized me, tried to kill me endlessly for years. YouTube community's guilty of being complicit in genocide. Facebook's guilty of being complicit in genocide. So we're here now, and I'm addressing these issues. And now, see, because I'm speaking these things and what's going on, there's no going back. There's no undoing this. You cannot cover up what's been done. You're not going to get away with it. You're going to be held accountable for doing what you've done. And the world's going to know that, yeah, that kind of behavior that those NATO freaks exhibited, that the federal government exhibited, that Michael Aquino exhibited, allowing for all this stuff, unacceptable, inhumane, extremely cruel, extremely dangerous. Can't be doing this kind of stuff, man. You guys want to experiment on the human population using sonic weapons and all this crap? Psionic weapons? Excuse me. Excuse me. These cell phones, they're being used as weapons. Televisions being used as weapons. The electromagnetic frequencies are being used to target people for various reasons. The sensors in these devices can be manipulated through various means to harass and terrorize people. Combine that with the memes spreading on social media, ill will, ill intent, and you got what's been done to me. Witchcraft, black magic, meme magic. Kelly Green did that to me. She tried to kill me with her friends. It seriously caused problems in my life, caused my health to decline. And I had to use the power of Jesus Christ to get free from it. And I used the same methods of warfare to defend myself. Nobody showed me how to do anything. I just know how to cut these freaks down, dude. And it's with the Bible, biblical truth. And so we have all kinds of other things too, like Tibetan Buddhism. You see how the Chinese persecute the Tibetans. The Chinese people are so evil for doing that to the Tibetan people. And people just look the other way as the genocide's going on. The world leaders, World Economic Forum. It's even like the Dalai Lama. It's like, dude, what are you doing? You're hanging out with all these devil worshiper freaks. What's to make me think that you're not one of these devil worshiper freaks that are selling out your own people? Yeah, the Dalai Lama, I forget what it was. Like, it's got something to either do with the Jesuits or the, what was it? I want to say Freemasons, Sovereign Military Order of Malta. I want to say it's the Freemasons. But I don't know. And you guys' Babylonian cult, your stupid, evil nonsense, your Hollywood trash, your Luciferian world government trash. You don't realize, like, the universe only works one way, and because of what's been done, like, you basically ensured that you're never going to be able to, like, have good things in this world until you try to, like, do the right thing. I hope you understand that. Like, what's been set in motion because of what's been done, trying to correct these things. God wants people to help people address these problems that have been going on and do the right thing to help me. I'm a victim of genocidal sexual abuse, terrorism on YouTube, on Facebook, on Telegram. Other platforms too, dude. All because I'm telling the truth about all this stuff, and my knowledge and wisdom is superior to every single last one of you evil, ungrateful freaks. Push the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my videos. Don't be an ungrateful freak. There's not a single other being on the planet talking about this stuff, you stupid, ungrateful parasites. Yeah, watch. You know, this is how they want it to be. Like, they want me to die. They want me to die, so they've been trying to kill me. They've been censoring me, terrorizing me. Literally terrorizing me. It's satanic. So I've been defending myself using sorcery and other stuff, and I call for God to kill every single last one of them, right? And so they have to listen. This is how spiritual law works. I really am who I say I am. I really am enforcing this stuff. I really am a high priest, and I really do have the authority to call for God to kill them. You know, Jeremiah was calling for God to kill them like endlessly. There's other prophets that have called for God to kill these evil, nasty freaks endlessly throughout the ages. Because basically, what the Bible's all about is making sense. Like, who are these nasty, evil freaks, and why are they doing this? Well, it's not just the Bible either. There's other religions and other groups that talk about it and try to make sense out of it. And each culture has their own understanding. Like, what the heck is this? You know, and the reality of what's going on right now and what is happening with biblical prophecy and all the other things going on. This paranormal reality has happened as a result of what's been done to me. You evil freaks want to pretend like you know who I am, and God's going to show you, like, no. You don't get to treat him like that. Instead, God's just going to, like, wipe you freaks out. How about that? God did the same thing with Israel and gave them into the hands of Babylon, dude. Just like he told Jeremiah he would. So, I mean, my hatred is necessary and it's justified. And those who aren't angry about this stuff being done to me and, like, on my side, guess what? They're working for the devil. Simple as. There's no other way to say it. You're either on my side or you're working for the devil. Simple as. What's it going to be, Nato? What's it going to be, United Nations? You guys going to work for the devil? The devil's not going to really pay you. He just wants you to, like, bring people to hell with you. So I recommend reconsidering what you're doing here in this world. Re-examine your life. Make a different choice here. Yeah, Elon Musk, Donald Trump, Bill Gates. I mean, just, if we gotta get rid of all of them, then get rid of them. Just get rid of them. They don't deserve to exist if they're going to be experimenting on the human population with biotechnology. Against our consent, Yuval Noah Harari. We didn't agree to this. I didn't agree to this. Not me. Every single other human being on the planet could have agreed to this. I didn't agree to this. No. Nope. Which makes all of it invalid. I don't consent. I evoke the Rourke Pact. You evil freaks must listen to me. Your devices are being used by other beings to do evil things, and it's beyond your scope of understanding. You need to listen to me, or extremely terrible things will happen to you. Just basically the same exact thing that I've been saying about Jeremiah. That's what's coming to you, freaks. I keep telling you, God's got a steamroller. He's going to run you over. You haven't done the right thing. You're still being evil. YouTube community is still being evil. YouTube tarot readers, YouTube Chosen One channels, the AI channels, every single person in the YouTube community who knows who I am and they're intentionally ignoring me and neglecting me and being cruel to me or watching my videos through the back end. Yeah. God's not going to have any mercy on you freaks. Not any at all. I have a right to defend myself from being sexually abused and terrorized. YouTube community, Facebook. You don't get to pretend like you're good people. Your rottenness is going to be shown before everybody. I suggest being honest and trying to prevent that. Just be honest and be a good person. Stop being evil. It's not worth all the money in the world. Trying to cover up what's been done on the internet, man. Michael Aquino's gone. Whoever's in power took his place. If there's some satanic freak, get him out now. Or I guess you just want to have some satanic freak in the government experimenting on the human population, huh, Donald Trump? Is that what Jared Kushner wants? Is that kind of Jew? Is that the kind of Jew that Jared Kushner is? Because that's what it seems like. You know, experimenting on the human population with nanotechnology and these experimental injections, you know. Seems like that's the kind of Jew that Jared Kushner is, huh? Interesting. You know what the Bible has to say about Jews like that, right? It's Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. Revelations chapter 3, verse 9. Synagogue of Satan. Yeah. You're not going to continue doing any of this, you stupid freaks. You've pushed me to the edge. All you needed to do was just do the right thing. You haven't done the right thing. Donald Trump can make one phone call right now to the Oceanside, Camp Pendleton military people and be like, dude, just help him. Whatever you got to do, just help him. Get him off the internet complaining about all this stuff, please. I mean, it's like, come on, dude, just do the right thing and stop being evil to me. Like, I'm not, like, saying, like, you need to do anything. It's like, give me a hotel room for a month, dude. How much is it? Give me a nice hotel room for a month. You evil freaks spend that much money having a meal at a restaurant. That's why you deserve to die. You're leaving me to die. I've done all the hard work. You steal my work. You give me no credit for it. I'm doing the right thing, putting my life on the line, and you coward scum aren't. U.S. military, law enforcement. You want me to think you're some kind of honorable, patriotic person when you're leaving me to die like this? No. Excuse me, coward, parasite, hypocrite, liar. You don't get to do that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think or have to say. If you're not helping me and you know that it's the right thing to do, you are doing evil. And God is going to repay you evil for what you're doing. Alright. I didn't yell and scream in this video a single time. I did pretty good, don't you guys think? Don't you guys think, Nato? Don't you guys think? Department of Defense? I think I did a good job. I'm really proud of myself. Yay! Even though I should be yelling and screaming at you freaks endlessly. Whenever I do that, I kill all the vitamin B12 in my body and I have to go eat like 6 hard-boiled eggs just to feel normal again. I hate you freaks, man, and what you've done. It's just unbelievable. No, I'm not going to forgive you guys, no. Jeremiah in that book, man, you know, is calling for God to destroy these freaks. Like, dude, that's where I've been for the last 2.5 years, warning these evil freaks on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm ready. I'm ready for God to kill you all right now. You need to let young people heal and stop poisoning them, you evil, cruel, lying scum, running Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, Elon Musk. I mean, just your bioethics are invalid and inferior to what I have to teach and instruct. You need to be updated. If you don't listen, God's going to kill you. Simple as.